boys myself, and so I was thinking of my own children and what my wife would be going through as the mother of 9, and we just have 3, and it's a lot as a mother and a family to go through. And so we thank you guys for coming today and just showing your support of us. But we would have done it if we didn't know him. So we are so glad that we now had a chance to meet him and feel connected to your family in this way. And it's a beautiful thing that you guys put on for the ceremony today, and we're grateful that he's alive and well and recovering so well. It's glory to God. He's an amazing God that does great things, and he healed your son in this special way. So it's a blessing.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
In the bar mitzvah, we'll invite you.
Yes, we'll be there.
This is going to be big part.
Yeah,
Yes.
next year.
Next year.
Amazing.
We'll come and give an invitation.
Thank you so much for being here and for all that you shared. It's very kind, and like I said, there's several of us in there, and unfortunately they weren't here tonight.
So please send them my thank yous
I will.
from my whole entire family. And, really, I'm speechless. There's not, if I could have, I'm a married woman, I'm Orthodox, I'm not allowed to give you a hug, but I hug you from my heart, each and every one of you, for taking care of my son. You're so dedicated. And really, once you're a father, once you have kids, you feel different when you're treating a kid. Because, that God forbid if that could have happened to your son, you would have wanted somebody to take care of him the right way and put all of him, all in, go all in, and not think twice. And that's what I feel like you guys did, because we see the outcome. Please tell everybody the whole team.
I will share your story in this story.
It's like 14 that's awesome. I'm dropping all of it. I was like, I don't know how to get something off the ground. They do the same thing, but it's out. Drop all of that.
That's fun.
How fast? 5 seconds. You gotta make sure the legs locked.
Okay, you good? 1 second. Okay, perfect. 3, 2, 1. 1 second.
Wow.
Yes.
Are you ready for this? This is pretty big right here.
Okay.
We were dispatched at 7:55 p.m. We arrived on scene at 7:58 p.m. So we were there in 3 minutes.
Wow.
And let's see here. Let's see if I can get the transport time. So that alone is 3 minutes is very quick.
Wow.
So that's amazing.
Wow, that's amazing.
Okay, let's see, transporting. Okay, so they left the scene, the ambulance left the scene at 8:02. So that means they were only on scene for 5 minutes, which is
Wow.
quick,
Wow.
which is great.
Wow.
We call it the golden 10 minutes, or the important 10 minutes on scene. You want to be less in a trauma.
Of course.
So 5 minutes, great. And it took them, they arrived at the hospital at 8:19. So that's 17 minutes of driving
Wow.
where they treated
And
them.
that's far.
And it is far, 17 minutes. It's very far.
It is.
It's very far.
Tell me about it. I've been doing it 3 months, back and forth every day and every night. We didn't leave him for 1 second.
We have to go.
Oh, good. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
God bless you guys. Go. We should hear no good news. Thank you so much, everyone.
Clear.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So the ambulance is still gonna stay here, but if you're gone, by the time they get back, I just wanted to say thank you again.
No problem. Thank you for raising us.
Hey, Eric, you still gonna be here, or are you leaving?
I'll stay.
Okay, we'll see when you get back.
So to start off this call, we were at the fire station. We received a dispatch for a bus versus a person, which anytime a bus is involved, we know the outcome's usually not good. We responded, I remember it was kind of an evening time, so a lot of people were walking around and it's hard to see because it's getting more dark outside. And when we came around the corner, we saw him on the floor. A lot of people gathering around, a lot of, I think, screaming and commotion around, which is understandable. And we just have to jump into action. So our captain was there to help take the people that were in the scene and guide them to another area. So myself and the other firefighter paramedics could go in and assist your son. He was not responding to us much at all, was barely moving, and was not able to speak when we were there. He had a lot of blood from his head and coming out of his left ear, I remember, and we basically picked him up, put him in our ambulance, and we knew we had to go very quickly to our trauma center, which was UCLA. While we were transporting in the back, his oxygen levels were going down, and so we had to give him some oxygen. I started an IV in your arm to give you some fluids because you were losing blood. An IV is where we poke you with a needle, and we give you some, basically water to go into your bloodstream to keep your blood pressure up. I don't remember all of the numbers of your vital signs, but when we were checking your brain status, your neurological response, you were not responding much at all. And for us, that's scary because it's a more critical patient. So while we were transporting you, I remember we bandaged your head to stop the bleeding that we could see. We knew the scene was very bad because there was damage to the bus, probably where your head was hit by the bus. After we bandaged you, I noticed coming out of your ear was some blood, and so, which is never a good sign. Blood shouldn't come from our ears. So I did what's called a halo test. I took a 4x4 gauze and I put it on your ear, and I noticed a drop of blood and then a yellowish clear halo around there, which is cerebral spinal fluid, which is basically fluid from your brain and spinal cord that's leaking out. Again, that's never a good sign. And even though I've been a paramedic for 14 years, it's pretty rare that I've actually seen that. And so I was unfortunately not anticipating the best outcome. But we still do our job as best we can. Again, it was a team effort. I wasn't the only paramedic there on the scene. We had Hatzolah that was assisting with us as well and helping communicate with the family. LAPD was there to help crowd control, as well as our captain there to keep everyone safe and make sure that we got to the hospital. We brought extra people with us to work on you because we needed more hands-on to work, and that's why unfortunately we couldn't let you in. Just we knew you had you were going through stress and trauma, and it's understandable, and we just wanted to give the best focus to your son and his care. So we transported him, gave him some fluids, and once we're at the hospital, it's a very quick transfer to the staff there. We actually call the hospital ahead of time so that they know we're coming. We tell them all your vitals, everything we know about your injuries, and what treatments we're already doing. They can, over the phone, give us additional orders if they suspect anything else. Once we get you to the hospital, they have a whole trauma team waiting to receive you. And there was nurses, doctors, surgeons, ER technicians that are all there to be able to take care of everything all at the same time. So they were asking us lots of questions as they were treating you. They were doing x-rays, IVs. I don't remember at what point that you probably were intubated, where they put the tube down your throat to breathe. But we left that night. After cleaning up, we realized that that was a very critical call, and we all talked about it as a crew. Is there anything we could do better in that situation? And we all agreed that we did exactly what we knew we were supposed to do, and we felt good with that, but we weren't sure what the outcome would be. Later on, our captain, and he can maybe speak more to this, was in contact with Hatzolah and asked how you were doing. And we were grateful to find out that you were recovering. And that was a joy and a blessing, because we don't always get that, and sometimes it's an unfortunate bad outcome. And yet, when we heard that news, it was a joy for us to hear. And our captain can maybe speak more to that side of it.
But it really couldn't have been done without the paramedics, the firefighter
100%.
paramedics, the work of LAPD, Hatzolah assisting us. All three entities combined really was the keys to the successful outcome.
100%. I agree.
So
I agree, and I think.
Thank you so much.
good.
Thank you.
Very well.
Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. And as I said, you should always be at the right time, at the right place, at the right time. Because time is very critical. And you guys really made it on time, because if not, this outcome wouldn't have been
You guys got
this
through fast.
miracle.
We got there
Yes.
pretty fast.
Our relationship with the fire department, Hatzolah being on scene. I know the family has mentioned that LAPD were angels, so I don't know what you guys did that made such an impression, but it did. And so this is a collaboration between LA City, Hatzolah, and the family. So thank you for coming.
It's awesome to have you all here. It's not often that us as first responders really get to see the full story. We do what we do in the field, and then we pass it on to the next, and we don't actually see the outcome of the work that we do. So to have this like closed circle loop is pretty amazing to see you here, to see the hard work that our paramedics and firefighters do in the field. But not only that, I also wanted to recognize our agency partners. I mean, LAPD was there. They did an amazing job helping us out with everything, ensuring that we had quick loading away from everybody, able to get over to the hospital, scene control, things like that. Hatzolah helped us with bridging the gap with the community, first on scene, vitals, things like that. So I just wanted to recognize everybody that was involved. And I know Alan and myself were there, but I think we have one of the LAPD officers that was there. If you could stand up,
Where
the
is
LAPD
he?
officer that was here. Special thanks to Eric, because he's really the one that's the mastermind behind this whole plan. We spoke about it, and we're glad that we were able to be a part of your miracle. So, thank you.
Thank you.
That we bridge, I believe tonight exemplifies it, because this event itself wouldn't have happened unless we had a bridge available. The fire department, how often do you guys meet your patients after the fact? They don't know where the patients live. They don't know their names. And well, they might know their names, but there's no connection. Even in Hatzolah, once we see a patient, you treat them, the book is closed, you move on. But this case, it left an impression on a lot of people. And Captain and I were on a call, unrelated to this one, when he asked me about it. And that would not be possible. It would not be possible to be here today unless we had an organization in place like ours, which can bridge the gap between the communities and the city of Los Angeles. And so this event to me is not just about, you know, having a dinner here. This event to me means this is the purpose of Hatzolah, to be that bridge. And that's where we feel really, really happy and, you know, just this, we feel like this is our essence, is to be that bridge for the communities and be able to help out in whichever way we can. Thank you.
Right away.